Please give your brief introduction.
Sir, my name is Warat Roy Chaudhuri. I come from the city of Joy, Kolkata. I have done my graduation in commerce last year, and my hobby is watching movies and discovering movies of various other different countries.
Why Kolkata is called City of Joy?
Sir, actually, there is a French author by the name of Dominique Lapierre, and he wrote a book named City of Joy, and there he has referred to Kolkata as the City of Joy.
As you are graduate in commerce,
Yes, sir.
what do you understand by balance sheet?
Sir, balance sheet is a list of assets and liabilities of an entity on a particular date.
On a particular date. Okay. Why the capital is shown on asset liability side of the balance sheet?
Sir, as per the rules of accounting, the business and the businessman are two different persons. So, the capital actually belongs to the owners or the promoters of the business. So, it actually does not belong to the business, and the business has to pay it back in the form of dividends and stuff. So, it is shown on the liability side of the balance sheet.
Some of the expenses are also shown on asset side of the balance sheet.
Yes.
What is the reason, and can you name a few?
Expense. So trade receivables.
नहीं, receivables तो asset है ही. Some expenses I mentioned. Like sometimes it is shown as preliminary expenses, sometimes some prepaid expenses.
Yes,
Why it is shown on asset side, and reason behind?
Sir, like you mentioned, prepaid expenses. It means that that the cost has already incurred, and so that is an asset of the company. So it is shown in the asset side of the balance sheet.
Basically, it is expenses made during this year which belongs to coming years also. So it will be appropriated in the balance sheet of that year. That's why it is shown on asset side of the balance sheet. Some more expenses are shown on asset side like goodwill, patents, which will gradually be written off from the books, because it's a lump sum amount organization has paid and which will be utilized in the coming years. That is the reason. Okay, you have applied for RRB.
Yes.
Why you have decided to come to financial sector?
Sir, mainly banking plays a huge role in our economy, and I also want to become a part of that. If I join the banking sector, I will be helping our country to become the third largest economy that our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi has mentioned. So I think that if I join the banking sector, I will be able to help my country in some way as well. So I have chosen this sector.
RRB came into existence. First RRB when opened, and when RRB Act was passed.
Sir, the first RRB was opened on Gandhi Jayanti in 1975, and the first RRB was Prathama RRB, and the RRB Act was passed in 1976.
As you have mentioned, RRB Act was passed in 1976, whereas bank came into existence in 1975. How?
Sir, actually, when the first 5 RRBs were created, it was passed through an ordinance by the president.
So you must have mentioned in the initial stage so that this question doesn't come into picture. Okay. Who is the regulator of RRBs?
Regulator is RBI, Reserve Bank of India.
Okay. And what is the role of NABARD in RRBs?
NABARD is the supervisory body of RRBs. It works on the supervision and NABARD also helps in improving the performance of the regional rural banks. So that is the
plus some more important role plays by NABARD.
Yes, sir. RRB is also a refinancing agency. So it
NABARD is a refinancing.
NABARD is also a refinancing agency. So it finances the RRBs, and the RRBs in turn lend the money to the rural to the people of the rural areas at affordable rates of interest.
Who is called father of RRBs?
Sir, sorry, I can't.
It is M. Swaminathan.
Oh, and some
He is also he has contributed for green revolution in the
revolution.
country. He is called father of RRBs.
Okay.
And on whose recommendation RRBs came into existence?
RRB came under the recommendations of M. Narasimha Rao committee in
And Narsimhan Committee.
in Narasimhan, sorry, sir.
Okay. And are you aware ki how many accounts are opened under Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana?
Sir, in the last financial year, I am not sure, but I think 6.23 crore accounts were opened in the.
No. By September 23, how many accounts pan India are opened under this scheme? Total number of accounts. Can you guess? It is more than 50 crores. And are you aware with what is business correspondent?
Yes, sir. Some banks and financial institutions mainly appoint business correspondent to provide banking services in unbanked rural areas. So the main function of the business correspondent is to provide door-to-door banking services to the areas which have not yet been penetrated by the banks.
Why this model was used? When banks were having branches almost in all type of areas, and RRBs were also into existence, cooperative banks were also there. Why a different model was felt necessary for providing these facilities?
Sir, I'm not sure, but I can guess. Sir, I think that yes, there were many RRBs and other financial institutions, but I think that some people were required to go to the houses of the person and explain the advantages or the banking services that is provided by the banks and other financial institutions. So I think that was the reason.
Basic reason was actually banks have high operating cost, because in case they open branch, they need a premises, they need an officer, they need some clerks, they need a peon, sweeper. So that way infrastructural cost is more and their cost of operation is also high. And one more problem was there, people in such unbanked areas are hesitant to come to the banks. They don't feel comfortable. So they feel ki it belongs to the people who are people of means, who have plenty of money. Banks are for them. That's why they hesitate.
Okay.
So this model was used because the person belongs to their own area, and on a competitive, on a very cheaper rate, he can provide basic banking needs. And he was provided a mini ATM that is called Aadhaar enabled payment system.
Yes,
Okay, so that a person is available throughout the day who is from their own area, they can trust and they can approach him. That's why such huge number of accounts could be opened. Otherwise, it was impossible. And it is a Guinness Book of World Record that India could open such a huge number of accounts.
Can you tell me what are the differentiated banks and what are the objectives?
Sir, I'm not sure, but I think that in case of differentiated banks, the purpose of the banks is different compared to the main scheduled commercial banks. So, for example, some banks can, the purpose of some banks can be to for financial inclusion to or provide credit at affordable rates. So I think the purpose of the differentiated banks is a little different from the typical commercial
Wait,
banks.
actually, you know what is differentiated bank, or you're just framing from the word what is differentiated and
No,
the
sir,
way that you are framing
sir, I
differentiated.
guessed from the term.
Can you give me some example of differentiated banks? So these are the differentiated banks that RBI has especially started to focus on the financial inclusion program. There are few different kind of banks that RBI has started. You know these banks. If I take names, so you will say, "Arey sir, I know."
Sir, can I guess?
I'm just giving you example. Just like payments bank, you have heard about that.
Yes,
Small
yes,
finance bank,
yes.
niche banking. What are these banks? Just explain what is payment bank.
Sir, the concept of payment bank is that it is mainly for the unbanked rural areas, and 25% of the branches of payment banks have to be opened in the rural areas, and the payment banks have to maintain CRR and SLR like the scheduled commercial banks, and the payment banks cannot provide loans.
On the recommendation of which committee the payments bank was started?
Nachiket Mode Committee.
Nachiket Mode Committee. Good one. Okay, can you tell me one thing? Can payment banks provide credit card to someone?
Credit card, no, sir.
And like right now, if I want to apply credit card through the Paytm Payments Bank, I can apply. Then how it is possible? As you are saying that the payments bank are not permitted to provide loan, but here the payments, the Paytm and multiple payments bank are providing loan or credit card as well. So why, how they are doing that?
Sir, I think that some payments bank are scheduled payments banks.
Scheduled
So
payments bank. Okay, this is the different category.
or the payment banks can act as the BC of other banks.
Okay, yes.
So
Correspondence they can do.
yes, sir, and I think in that way.
Okay, actually the payment banks are basically functioning as a banking correspondent. So they have tie up some big scheduled commercial banks, big players, and they are basically functioning. They are providing business to them. That's as simple. The next question: what are the small finance banks?
So small finance banks have also been introduced for financial inclusion, but it is a little different from payment banks. For example, a minimum of 10 years experience is required for opening small finance banks, and the authorized capital has to be 100 crore, I think.
Payments bank. Small finance bank, it is different. Just trying to recall it. Okay, one more thing. Do you know what is CRR or CAR?
Yes, CRR is cash reserve ratio.
No, it's CRR or CAR. I'm not talking about
Oh,
CRR.
capital adequacy ratio.
Yes. What is that? And what is the objective of that capital adequacy ratio or capital to risk weighted asset ratio? What is the objective of that?
So, sir, the main concept of CAR was brought by the Basel Committee on Banking Supervision. When the banks provide loans, they know that some of the money cannot be recovered. So, the RBI has fixed the capital, the CAR of different banks, and with the help of CAR, the risk-weighted assets can be calculated, and the banks have to maintain that amount of risk-weighted assets with them, so that in the future, in case the loans cannot be repaid by the customers, the banks do not face so much of that loss.
Okay, that's good one. Can you give me the formula? What is CAR or CRR formula?
CAR is the total capital by
By risk weighted asset.
yes,
Okay,
yes,
yes.
by risk weighted.
Okay. My next question is, can you tell me nowadays you are just going to give an interview of RRB. So what are the futures of the RRB, near future if we'll talk about, and what are the different challenges that especially RRBs are facing within our country? Because public sector banks are facing some issues. The government is trying to fix through the merger and other processes. But what are the major problems that right now RRBs are facing, and for that particular purpose, government has also changed some stakeholding patterns within the RRBs. So what is that pattern, and what are the reasons, what are the problems that the RRBs are facing nowadays?
Sir, as you mentioned, CBDC, it is a form of currency, but it is a paperless currency, and the main advantage of this currency is that we can eliminate the use of paper currency, which will sir, I know it, but I
okay
can't.
okay that's okay. One more point, just leave it. What is CBDC retail and CBDC wholesale? There are two type of, on the trial basis we are. What is that CBDC for wholesale and the retail?
Sir, CBDC wholesale is for the wholesale level.
Wholesale. For retail, that is for retail. Okay, tell me about UPI Lite. What is UPI Lite system that is introduced by the NPCI?
UPI Lite is, in case of UPI, we have to give a code for transactions, but in UPI Lite there is a wallet system, and in case of transactions of up to 500 rupees, we do not have to use any type of code, so this will mainly save time, and that is the main.
चलिए स्वरता के अलावा और क्या चीज़ फेमस है कोलकाता की?
Some the things that I've said, these are famous, and
यार
apart
मैंने
from,
तो इनमें से कोई सा नहीं सुना है.
हाँ,
मैंने इनमें से कोई सा नहीं सुना. मैंने तो हावड़ा सुना है. विक्टोरिया मेमोरियल नहीं बोला आपने. रसगुल्ला तो चलिए सर उड़ीसा लड़ाई हो जाएगी यहाँ पे. चलिए
but sir वो है तो
ठीक है. स्वरत आपने बोला आप बैंक में कंट्रीब्यूट करना चाहते हो, तो व्हाट इज बैंक फॉर यू? व्हाट इज द डेफिनेशन ऑफ अ बैंक?
bank is an institution which provides the basic banking services of taking deposits and providing loans and other banking services as well.
So why bank is so much crucial? They are just providing a financial service. What is the ultimate objective of a bank?
No, sir,
Deposit lending, if I can do, there were zamindars.
No, sir, in case of banks, the money is insured by DICGC. So that is another.
So deposit and lending is also provided by NBFC.
No, sir, there are certain differences between banks and NBFCs. Like I said, the amount of money that is not insured by DICGC in case of NBFCs, and NBFCs also cannot take part in the payment and settlement system. And another thing is that in case of NBFCs, 100% FDI is allowed, but in case of private banks, 74% FDI has been allowed, and in case of public sector banks, 20% FDI has been allowed.
ठीक है. So see, you mentioned that you want to work for the bank because Prime Minister had said something. Bank will contribute so much to the GDP. How they much contribute to the GDP? How? Ultimately, by performing the functions of deposit and lending, what they are doing.
Sir, bank plays a major role in our economy. The two main concepts of any economy are demand and supply. So, in case of demand or consumption, bank provides loans to the people, and in that way, money comes in the hands of people, which generates demand. And in case of supply or production, banks also provide loans to various entities, institutions and others, which also help in the supply. So bank acts as a catalyst in both the demand and supply of an economy.
Take the deposits and channelize those deposits in terms of loans, demand and supply.
Why do you feel you should be selected in bank as a PO in RRB?
Sir, as I mentioned in my strengths, I believe that one of the main features of a PO is to maintain harmony in the team. So I think that I am quite capable of doing it, and apart from that, I think I possess communication skills as well, which will be quite important when I will deal with the customers. So these two are the main things why I think that I should.
Suppose you have been given a target, you are the manager of the branch, you have given some targets, you are not able to achieve them. Your entire team is in panic. You just mentioned that there will be harmony. How will you ensure that there will be in harmony?
Sir, first of all, I think that being the leader of that branch, I will have to be the first person who will be responsible for not achieving the target, and apart from that, I will have to discuss the whole thing with my team, and we have to jot down the drawbacks that we have faced, and our most important task would be so that the drawbacks do not occur in the next time. So that is how I think that that is the best way that the problem can be solved.
Okay. So one last question, just one last question from my side. Have you heard the term priority sector lending? What are the targets of RRB for PSL?
RRB, in case of RRB, it is 75%.
By what year they have to achieve this?
By 2030. 2030, I'm not sure what. No, sir. No, I think they have to achieve this in every financial year.
By 2026 or 2030?
Sir, I'm not sure.
Okay, as you told just that you are a team player and you can basically create a kind of a harmony between the team. Can you recall from your past since childhood any kind of example that you can give that yes, you basically played as a team player or you lead from the you led from the front for your team? Just a kind of example, any example. कोई भी स्कूल का example कोई अच्छा सा.
Yes, sir. There have been many instances like this in school. Uh, in class 9 to 12, there was a system of group projects, and I was assigned as the team leader in various years. So yes, at that time various problems occurred, and I handled them quite well.
Any incident, any small incident that you can recall?
For example, in class 11, there was a guy who actually always thinks of doing things at the last moment, and when the last day of the project came, all the other members they started saying that they won't be in this group and they will complain to the teacher, and then I told the others that yes, this is a problem, and I just told them to just calm down and stuff, and the work that needed to be done by that guy who always does things at the last moment, I did the whole work, and after the project I explained it to him that how his practice of doing things at the last moment is affecting the whole team. I mean, I did not say this in front of my whole team, but I pulled him aside and explained it to him. So yes, this problem was gradually
That's a good thing. One last question from my side. As you told in your hobbies that you like watching movies. Okay, everyone basically like. Which kind of movies that you like basically so much, and one of your favorite actor, and why that particular person, why that particular actor is favorite for you?
Sir, the main genre of movies that I prefer is the movies that deal on social issues, and my favorite actor is a Bengali actor. His name is Uttam Kumar, and he is my favorite actor. The main reason is his versatility. हाँ sir. So sir, the main reason is the versatility. He has been in numerous movies and in numerous roles, but he has pulled off in some sensational fashion. So I think that.
Okay, anyone from Bollywood?
Sir, I don't,
You don't watch
him.
Bollywood.
Any of the recent movie that you have seen?
So the last movie I have seen is Devi by Satyajit Ray.
Very much focused on the cooperative banks. Okay, so the new tier systems, and recently RBI has also cancelled the license of some cooperative banks, and some fines, penalties. A lot of news are basically related to the cooperative banks. So cooperative banks. So my point is that whatever the things that are basically related to banking, finance, and economy is basically news. Just go through all those topics, because from my personal experience, they will definitely ask question from that. And the next thing, just try to avoid the thing that you don't know. Let's suppose just I ask, for example, what are the differentiated bank? If you feel that you don't know differentiated, just straightforward, sorry sir, I don't know, or I'm unable to recall it, just straightforward say it. Don't try to, just bluff it, or it's just like to stretch it. At that time, I feel that you are stretching what is differentiated bank. Okay. Just like what are the payments, as I asked, what are the differentiated bank, and after that the payments bank. So some points, if you have the clarity, just give that answer to the point. If you don't know, no need to give that an irrelevant option or irrelevant answers. Okay, just to stick to the point. So to the point answer is very, very important. Okay, just focus on that. And one thing, current affairs and factual data. Okay, that is from my side. I request you just stand one time. Okay, one more thing, just try to reduce the length of your tie. Okay, I think from my side, when you sit and that length was very large. Overall you are looking very handsome. Okay, that's too good.
your
Overall
personality is
too good. Yes,
मतलब
officer personality.
हाँ, you deserve to be an officer in our.
देखो सर ने
Yes, please.
पर्सनैलिटी के बैठो पर्सनैलिटी के एस्पेक्ट पे ही मैं ज्यादा बात करूंगा क्योंकि टेक्निकल एंड पे दोनों सर ने बता दिया। देखो जब आप एंटर हुए थे ना तो यू शुड कंप्लीटली योर बैक फॉर फ्यू सेकंड्स। ओके, देन यू केम हियर, देन व्हेन यू ग्रीटेड अस तो आपको उस समय चलते हुए मतलब जैसे भागते हुए ग्रीट करना मैं भूल गया, समथिंग लाइक दैट। पहले गुड मॉर्निंग उधर हुआ, दूसरा इधर हुआ, तीसरा इधर हुआ, इट वाज लाइक दैट। सो बी काम यार, बी काम। ऐसे टेंशन नहीं है कि अगर मैं 1 सेकंड लेट, ऑलरेडी वहां पे 3-4 सेकंड लेट हो गए थे अपन, ठीक है। तो पहली चीज डोर आपकी जिम्मेदारी बंद करना नहीं है, बट यू इफ यू कैन बी पोलाइट तो फेस इधर करो पैनल की तरफ, ठीक है। सेकेंडली चलते हुए कभी भी ग्रीट मत करो कि ठीक है। और बॉडी लैंग्वेज जो थी आपकी शुरुआत में बहुत ज्यादा नर्वस थी, इसीलिए मैंने तब बोला था आपसे कि यार लेट्स काम। तो उसके बाद सडनली यू वर लाइक अब आ गया मजा ठीक है। तो थोड़ा सा ना जब आपकी एनर्जी डाउन होती है, जब आपसे थोड़ा सा ग्रिलिंग की जाती है और उसमें आप यू रोम अराउंड द बुश, वो कहते हैं ना कि बस कुछ भी बोलना है, बस मुझे अब बोलना है। तो इट्स नॉट लाइक जो सर ने बोला कि यार गलत आंसर मत करो, नहीं पता तो इट्स बेटर सेज आई एम नॉट एबल टू रिकॉल एट द मोमेंट, या फिर अभी मुझे जो जैसे भी कंफर्टेबल हो। नो कहने का भी तरीका होता है, तो वो भी आप प्रॉपर वे में कहो। ये मत कहना कि अगर सपोज बिल्कुल बेसिक सी चीज पूछ रहे हैं कि व्हाट इज अ कोऑपरेटिव बैंक, सो आई डोंट नो, तो ये मत कहना, ठीक है सर आई एम नॉट एबल टू रिकॉल एट द मोमेंट, ठीक है। तो एनर्जी के लिए आपका, जैसे आप नर्वस होते हैं ना, बहुत ऐसे सुनना पड़ता है यार, शायद आवाज आ जाए, तो वहां एक नेगेटिव परसेप्शन बनता है कि यार ठीक है यार आंसर तो नहीं कर पा रहा, आवाज ही नहीं आ पा रही हम तक। तो वो एक चीज है, ठीक है। और एक थोड़ा सा जब आपसे पर्सनैलिटी या केस स्टडीज में डाला तो देयर वाज टू मच आई ऑन वन साइड, यू आर सेइंग वी, मैं टीम की रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी लेता हूं मैं। वरना जब आपने वो एग्जांपल दिया था मैं तो कहने वाला था आपको ही हटा देते हैं, प्रॉब्लम आप ही हो, टीम को रख लेते हैं ठीक है वी। तो वो चीज थी, आपका जो आंसर था, आंसर अच्छा था, और सर आई एज आई एम ए लीडर तो इट्स माय रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी। तो मेरे मन में यही है, मैंने लीडर है हटा दो, नए मैनेजर को लाते हैं। अंदर से यही आया कि लीडर, तो इट्स लाइक कि सर बीइंग द ब्रांच मैनेजर, एक कहने का तरीका होता है ना कि बीइंग द ब्रांच मैनेजर आई एम अकाउंटेबल फॉर ऑल द डिफरेंट फंक्शनिंग ऑफ द बैंक, बट एज ए टीम वी वुड डिस्कस। तो वो आपको जो बाकी आंसर था वो अच्छा था। तो ये जो आई लीडर काइंड ऑफ जो थिंग्स है ना, जो हमको थोड़ा सा ऑटोक्रेटिक दिखाती है, वर्ड प्ले है जस्ट, तो वो हमें नहीं करना है। वी रिमेन इवन काम इन टर्म्स ऑफ वर्डिंग्स ऑल्सो, वर्ड्स बड़े पोलाइट होते हैं, कहने का एक तरीका होता है। तो वो चीज है, थोड़ा सा आपकी पर्सनैलिटी बहुत अच्छी है, सर ने बोला एकदम कंप्लीट पैकेज हो आप, और 100% शायद लगता भी है कि, लेकिन वही है कि जब थोड़ा सा नर्वसनेस आती है ना तो बॉडी में भी हाथ ऐसे चलने लगते हैं थोड़ा बहुत। शुरुआत में तो बहुत ही चल रहे थे, वो जब आप काम हो गए तो उसके बाद ये देखो अब स्टेबल है, अब क्योंकि आप काम हो, अब आपके हाथ नहीं चल रहे। तो शुरुआत में बहुत चल रहे थे ऐसे करके। तो बॉडी लैंग्वेज पे कंट्रोल रखो। क्वेश्चन हो सकता है ग्रिलिंग वाला है, और हद से हद क्या है नहीं पता, तो ऑलवेज यू कैन से सर नो आइडिया।
इफ दे आस्क यू टू गेस देन गो फॉर गेस,
हाँ,
है ना, मतलब आपने शो कर दिया कि यू डोंट नो। कई बार वो आपको थोड़ा हिंट देते हैं, चाहते हैं कि आप थोड़ा सा अंदाजा लगाओ, देन यू मस्ट ट्राई।
जो
ऐसे
इस
नहीं लगना चाहिए कि यू आर नॉट इंटरेस्टेड टू ट्राई।
जैसे आपकी बॉडी लैंग्वेज अब है ना, ये बहुत सही आ रही है, अब अच्छी आ रही है, क्योंकि अब पता है इंटरव्यू हो गया। तो नर्वसनेस पे हमें थोड़ा सा काम करना है। सर ने आपको बताया था कि थोड़ा सा मिरर के सामने बैठ के ना,
मिरर के
daily
सामने नहीं भी बैठे, मतलब यू एज इफ यू आर टेकिंग योर ओन इंटरव्यू, प्रैक्टिस ऑन डेली बेसिस, इट विल इंप्रूव यू अ लॉट। आपका कॉन्फिडेंस लेवल ही डिफरेंट हो जाएगा। ये नहीं कि मैं ब्रदर को बोलूं, किसी और को बोलूं मेरा इंटरव्यू लो लो, नो, नॉट नीडेड। नाउ यू आर अवेयर व्हाट टाइप ऑफ एनवायरनमेंट विल बी देयर, है ना, so that way you can presume what type of question may be asked and how will I be able to reply. आपको अंदर से ही लगेगा कि नहीं ये प्रॉपर रिप्लाई नहीं हुआ है, then reframe, keep on doing that unless you feel from inside कि it is acceptable, right?
आपकी टेक्निकल नॉलेज, जैसे पीओ का जो हमने ओवर द इयर्स एक्सपीरियंस है, उसके वजह से टेक्निकल नॉलेज आपकी पीओ लेवल पे अच्छी है, नो डाउट। बस उसे आप क्लियरली प्रेजेंट नहीं कर पा रहे हो, और वो शायद इसलिए क्योंकि कंफ्यूजन है कई पॉइंट्स पे। So better either stop there, do not roam around the bush, or clear your concepts before the interview. That's it.
ठीक है, हाँ आप कुछ पूछना चाहते हैं पूछिए।
क्वेश्चन था कि अगर पैनल पूछता है कि मान लीजिए आपका आरआरबी पीओ में सिलेक्शन हो गया, उसके बाद आपका आईबीपीएस पीओ या एसबीआई पीओ में भी सिलेक्शन हो गया, तो आप क्या आरआरबी छोड़ देंगे?
देखिए ये बड़े डाइसी क्वेश्चन होते हैं और इसका कोई ट्रैक तो करने वाला नहीं है ना। आप एकदम से ऐसे भी नहीं कि नहीं जी मैं तो यहीं टिका रहूंगा, और ना ये कि एकदम मुझे चले जाना है। आप बोलिए कि बोथ आर इन फाइनेंशियल सेक्टर and I love interacting people. That way I'll be satisfied if I am selected for either in IBPS or in RRB. Whatever comes my way first, I will go for that.
थोड़ा सा आप ऐड कर सकते हो कि I will look into my personal circumstances.
Circumstances, yes.
If they and the job both are matching up, I will may look for switch, may not look for switch. क्योंकि वो भी डाइसी क्वेश्चन डाला है, तो आप भी डाइसी आंसर रखो।
डिप्लोमेटिक ही रहेगा,
ठीक है। एंड मोर ट्रेनिंग तो प्रोवाइड करेंगे ही वो, तो आप
being young shows that I am more energetic and I can put more efforts in the bank if I got selected. यंग होना तो एक पॉजिटिव साइन है ना। कभी भी आगे पूरे करियर में याद रखना कि यदि एक एक्सपीरियंस्ड आदमी के मुकाबले में आपको कंपटीशन में आना है, तो ऑलवेज यंग पर्सन विल बी प्रेफर्ड because he has more energy, he has more time to invest in the bank. So it is not a negative sign, it is a positive sign, right? All the best.
All the best.
Do well.
be confident and be a little loud. Okay, all the best.